Normally, I create a design standard for all patterns so that I don't have to go back to the mean form. Just easier to keep paper from moving around if you put a nail. All right. I will trace this time only the black line, because that's going to be my low top. Okay, while the paper is still there, I usually give myself about 2 centimeter lasting allowance. If you're a beginner, I would do 2.5 centimeter, like an inch allowance, all the way along the bottom. The toes, I don't like to do too much allowance, so I would go back to like 1.5 centimeters and just blend it back in to 2 centimeters. Okay, so here we go. So I'll cut this out. Trace that back line, bottom line, trace this line. Like that. Do the curves later. All right, so I mark also. I think I traced everything, so let's take it off. You're gonna add allowances. A curve right here. Nice curve right here as well. I want the top to have a foam, and it's gonna have it so that it's cushioned. So I'm gonna add, again, stitch and fold allowance, it's just 6 millimeters right here, right along the top edge, right there. Oops. Till here. Okay, here is underlay allowance. And then the top is gonna be stitch and fold allowance, and I want it to come down till around here, and then from here down it's gonna be a raw edge. So I'm gonna stop my folding allowance right here. Okay, so whenever there's a reference line like this, where you have to either fold or stitch, I would like to cut right along the design line. So like this is your top line, I would like to cut that. And then I create zigzags. It becomes kind of like a stencil, so your pencil will go through and you can trace this design onto your leather. Corners are important because later you'll have to connect these lines together, so it's nice to know where your corners are. And again, I just have to mark this. So I'm imagining my stitches will come here, like this, like a box stitch. This piece has a tongue like so. I am going to bring it till here. And I'm going to create a line like that. This part should be a curve so that it doesn't rip when the tongue kind of opens. All right, I will put this on a centerfold and make the front vamp piece. Yes, this should fit. Conserve some paper. Okay, using a sharp object, you can, using a sharp object, you can draw a line. That way it makes it easier to fold your paper. Let's see, I hope this fits, yes. Okay. This center front line is on a curve, but the tongue is a loose piece that can kind of be pushed up the last, up to your center front right there. So what I'm going to do is, starting from your fit point, I'm going to make this tongue a straight line. Measure this curve starting from the fit point up. It's about roughly 11 centimeters. So I'm going to measure 11 centimeters. I mark it right here. The tongue tends to kind of look short, so I'm going to add 5 millimeters to it. Then basically, it's about 4 centimeter width. Then from here, I am going to connect this point, and I'm going to put this on a curve right here. Okay, so let's put that on a fold. I'm going to trace this line. Do I want a padding in my tongue? I mark here. This is going to get eyelets like that. And then you can also pivot there. Now this top piece. We'll need a little bit. The sharp object, I draw a line. It's easier to fold this way. Put it on a center fold. I keep the top nice and perpendicular. Okay. And is going to be raw edge. So it's going to overlap, and we gave the other piece, the back piece, an underlay allowance. So this overlaps. My blade is getting dull. So in that case, there's a score right there. I put just one out. Put the scored side downward, cover the blade with my hand, and snap it. This, we have to put it with a tape somewhere safe so you won't cut yourself. But now you have another sharp blade. All right, so right where you're gonna stitch, so this piece comes right there. This front piece goes there. So your pieces are done. The last and the taped up last turn into a flat right here, mean form, and then you copied it onto a design standard, then you cut it up into pieces right here. So that's for the upper. We'll go on and move on to the lining.